Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Sunday Gamers Therapy Show again. How are you guys? Again, for all those who are going to be listening to the audio of the show on Podbean and Apple Podcasts and the other places, then you're invited every Sunday also. We're live on YouTube at 4 p.m. Central on Sundays for the most part, unless emergencies. So that's where this audio is coming from to clear up a question we recently had too. So, welcome everybody to the show. Let me check real quick and make sure that things are functioning here on the others. And there we go. It does look like it is able to go live to Instagram now. So, welcome over there, you guys. It takes a little bit more effort to start the stream this way, so I appreciate your patience, but it also allows us to get more out there. Hey, Charles, how are you? Hopefully you're doing good. Just seen your mail call. You get a lot of cool things in the mail there, sir. That's pretty nice. You can see we're setting up for some Alpha Strike here. We got done with, actually, Ashley and Keegan got done with the, one-page rules they were doing. Yep. You just woke up from a nap. Damn, I want to take a nap. Gonna put here in the chat a link for Food for Farmers. .org. They now have a little bit of like a apparel or merchandise. If you guys are shopping, still in the shopping mood or whatever, then check it out for them. These are good, hardworking people that do need a little bit of help. So I certainly, we support them, so we don't mind that because they are already working and they're trying. They just need a little bit more.
No, I didn't.
So I'm gonna kind of pump that here a little bit since they got some new merchandise. There's also a link on our website, gamersandcoffee.com, and the group there. I posted a link, so on Facebook. But anyways, so you're just waking up from a nap, Charles. That's cool. How's it looking on YouTube? All right.
Looks good.
Looks good. So there we go. We are. Oh wait, I forgot about poor Facebook. I should. Okay. I have to start that because it does not do it on its own. And we do pretty much whatever games we can get going. So there we go. I think it's finally going to start over there. The way Facebook has it set up, this is how I have to do it. So they kind of forced me to go roundabout. But anyways, there we go. Now we're to Instagram and Facebook. So we'll see how that goes and see how the show continues to go forward. I wonder why this did not let me. That's Instagram there.
Yep.
Was it going through on Instagram too?
I don't know about Instagram.
Every time you turn around, you see something needs to be reorganized or cleaned up. Yeah, that's what happens to us in the hobby. It is nonstop moving things around. I mean, got to move them around. So bear with me a moment here. Yep, you're going to find that you're going to need to do that a lot more, Charles. I'll tell you what, you guys, I cannot get away from the sinus stuff this year, man. I mean, it happens every time when the weather changes, but it's like just hanging on. Hey, Ledford, how are you doing, sir? I spread your link around there a little bit, and if you'd like to, you can put a link in the group, Ledford. So go ahead and do that if that will help you out. And hopefully you're doing good and everybody's situation's improving. So we woke up. Hey, you beat the day. If you wake up, you're already off to a good start. You don't got to worry about whatever comes the rest of the day. It might be a pain to deal with, but you know, you can deal with it. And Charles, I got lots to claim. Actually, I've. What are you doing over there, Ash?
I'm trying to reset my freaking password.
To what?
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Because for some reason,
Instagram is
it logged me
part
out.
of Facebook though.
And won't let me get back on.
Yeah. It's not wanting to do much. Oh, I'm glad you're doing okay, Ledford. We're doing good also. Telemachus, reading Sunday drivers. Yes. We do drive sometimes on
I'm
Sunday.
confused.
Why are you confused?
It didn't pop that up.
Oh my god. No, it'll take a delay for a second on you. There it goes. Right there.
Yeah, but Lutford. I'm on Facebook over here. What is going on?
On Facebook it is. Don't worry about that. That's not on this stuff. That's Facebook. It did not pop up on Facebook.
Then I'm confused.
So don't worry about it. It's all good. It's functioning. So the problem we had the one time back was they know there's a problem, so I got noticed they're working on it. There's something going on, but you know how technology is. Once in a while it screws up. So hopefully it's fixed by now. Because I have this platform for years and never usually has a problem. But yeah, you know, I chalked it up to that. So, anyways, Telemachus, we could try this new camera. Now we didn't spend a lot of money. It was a $30 camera because we're trying to get a better picture, and it happened to be on one of the sales, like a flash sale on Amazon. So let's see what it looks like now. I want to see how it works. You may have to bring it down though. That's pretty clear. Ooh,
Let me
look at that.
move my headphones. Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, so you could. It looks like it's going to be a little clearer to see, as opposed to it being grainy. That's what she's working on there. Can you guys see that? It is a squirrel.
A medieval squirrel.
Yeah, he's standing on a barrel of wine. It looks like.
Yeah, the crushed barrel.
Man, he crushed the wine. You got wine coming out of the barrel. He's still not done. He's got a rider.
I still got to paint the rider, reprint the sword that goes in here because the last one snapped.
So where's the other one that's not painted over there? That we've got?
Maya's?
Yeah, so for the granddaughter, we printed her out.
Yeah, she wanted to play with mine, so I ended up printing her one of her own.
That she's going to get to paint. So that's what it looks like before it's painted.
I'd say there was two different barrels, one that had basically it spilling out, and then one that didn't. So I picked the one that was spilling out because I liked that idea.
I don't know about if you should be wasting that, though.
Yeah. But
so it comes out pretty detailed. Pretty nice. It'll work. But she realized with one-page rules, that's kind of like...
So this one, I saw these because I like the squirrel part. There are two different, kind of like Warhammer, where you have your Warhammer and then you have Age of Sigmar.
That's what that squirrel
That's basically what this set is from. It's like the Age of Sigmar kind of area. So it's more hand-to-hand kind of thing.
More melee orientated.
Yeah.
Than anything else. But you got some cool little guys that you can show
that
Gatling
guns.
But I think they shoot pebbles or rocks, it looks like.
Stones.
Yeah. Yeah, back then, getting stoned was a whole different story. Yes, it was.
Archers.
Yeah, that camera just is a lot better. I don't know what you guys think, but it's a lot clearer.
And the cool thing about these little guys, no. Each of these Gatling gun guys, they have little itty mice hanging out on them.
They're like hobo mice that hang around. That's what I take it as. They like jump on there with you. They're there's something else.
It's kind of hard to see them without it being painted.
Of course.
So
I silenced my phone. So go ahead.
Even the squirrel has one. I haven't painted, but it is literally a hobo little mouse.
Hello, May Warmut. Ashley's been working on some stuff there.
Trying to get it to.
You gotta slow it up a little. There you go.
It's hard to see them. It's that coloring. Because the green you see just fine on the rocks. It's that coloring. It's white. I'm wondering. Change the color? Maybe?
I changed the color of the light.
Do like an orange. But yeah.
So that's what she's working on.
Just shut the light off. I almost got the squirrel done. I got the little tower that it's standing on done. I just got to touch it up, and then I'm trying to figure out if I want to just take a wash and do over the squirrel, trying to get under like the fur to make it stand out a little bit, or do I want to try to dry brush it? I don't know yet.
He says squirrels. Good grief. Did you see the size of that squirrel, though, Mini Warmut? It's pretty big. I don't know if you've seen it. She's doing pretty good work on detailing the saddle and all that. So if the squirrel's big enough to ride, then you should respect that. And maybe I would get out of its way. Because squirrels have claws and teeth. Although the ones here, they like me. I feed them peanut brittle, peanuts, and corn. Didn't know they like peanut brittle, so I tested it. Boy, I watched him out there on my deck come up and grab that, and like sniff it, took a bite, and then went, and he chowed into it. So now you learn something, you guys.
This time, my work donates a bunch of corn syrup to our local moose lodge, and they make a whole bunch of peanut brittle, and they bring it in. So I brought some home, and Greg messaged me at work. Guess what? I'm like, oh God, what now?
Well, I said I did.
The squirrel likes peanut brittle. I'm like, stop giving the squirrel my peanuts.
I said it was an experiment because they like dry roasted peanuts. They also like tomatoes, right? Which I didn't know, and grapes. So squirrels, Mini Warmut, I've just kind of they're incorporated into my life. They do push me to do things I should not do sometimes, but that's why people say I act a little squirrely. It's their fault. Their fault.
Can't blame the squirrel on something that you do.
True. So yeah, she got those are so Mini Warmut, you guys, that's one of the STL files from One Page Rules. So she found the Ratman stuff, and I'm like, that looks like basically their version of Age of Sigmar. They have, a lot of stuff that's that way. And so now I don't know how you're going to use that, but
I can proxy him in.
Ashley will figure something out to have him in the game, I'm sure.
Oh, hell yes, I will.
We did do more one-page rules there, Brian, Ashley, and Keegan. So part 1's uploaded now. And I've got the whole game. There's 3 parts, you guys, to try to keep it short.
So Keegan no longer wants to go against anything that I deal with
aliens. Yeah, he says he's done. He only lost by 1 point?
Yeah.
It was only 1 point, so I think that's
But the last 3 or
close.
4 battles he's gone against my Tyranids in any form, he's lost.
Yeah, but Tyranids, if you were going to play it as it is, how are you going to ever fight off an unending wave of biomass? You're just not. Not realistically. At some point, you'd lose anyways. It's attrition at that point, and it's not going to work very well. But so far, so good. Hey, Walkabout, how are you, sir? You still getting snow out there? It's like 40 degrees here or something. So
Yeah, it's nice today, but it's supposed to drop again.
yeah, it's supposed to drop in the morning. So we shall see.
I don't have to work. Yay!
Yeah, Ashley's gonna have tomorrow off. Me, I have to work.
Oh, it's my last Monday, so I get my weekends back starting next week. So
That's good because we can get some more gaming done for a couple of you that showed up after we mentioned it. That's Alpha Strike. We're setting up back there on the table. We'll get that. We're gonna get that going tonight after the stream will start.
I got it mostly set up.
Too much snow. Oof. Well, I'm glad we don't have all this snow. Like, wow, these places are getting buried in it that I've seen online. But hopefully a little bit next week, just a little.
I know the 20. I think it's supposed to snow the 23rd through the 26th or something like that.
Well, I didn't
Unless
see that.
it's changed, at least up here.
Oh, pardon me. It's been a long day. I don't know about that, but I do know next weekend is opening for deer season for the second season out here. So if you have just a dusting of snow on the ground, it's a lot easier to see them and to track them because they really blend in without it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Walkabout, we get a little bit of snow, just enough to offset the background. Otherwise, it's weird. Like last week we were saying, or the week before, the grass is still growing. Like if it grows anymore, people are gonna have to start cutting their grass out here where I live, and that's kind of weird. Along with it being warmer than normal and trees that don't bloom this time of year blooming, so um, I don't know. Too much weird stuff, right? As long as it doesn't affect our deliveries, then we're good. I've talked to quite a few people who are really hammering the sales and getting some good deals.
Brian.
Oh no, I've talked to more than Brian, but Brian's like the gold mine. Mini Warmut's like the go-to guy if you're gonna. He'll find you things for whatever he can find. You can search the exact same thing, and he'll come up with a deal, and you're getting just the regular stuff. So I don't know. Blame La Nina. Yeah, Mini Warmut. I don't know. That's a whole different discussion, right? Okay, so just enough, Charles. I mean, just enough would be like a dusting, like quarter
just
inch.
where the ground is covered.
Just enough where you got like a light coating everywhere because you can't see them as well as you think if they're out in the open. That's one thing, but even then, brown blends in with dead brown tree trunks and stuff and dead grass. So
you want the offset of it.
And Walkabout says his father has green grass right now. He's only a 10-hour drive away. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. Me and the other maintenance guys are talking like, if it stays a little bit warm, we're probably gonna have to we're gonna have to cut some of these lots out here because they're literally at the point where there's no snow to cover it. So it's noticeable. They're green. It's not dying off, although the leaves have fallen. So, yeah. We live in some really strange, weird days, you guys. But all you can do is get up and go forward and see what happens. That's it. And as far as gaming goes, I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished, even though my week was busy. When I mean busy, like yesterday, in the evening, sometimes things start. I had 2 people that were locked out. Then I had a water line break right when I had just got comfortable and was going to film the game for Ashley and Keegan. I'm sitting here on the other side of the desk right here, setting up the camera and whatnot. And I had to go out on a water leak in the park. So that was fun. That was like 8 o'clock last night. So it's just kind of weird, but that's okay. If it was normal, then we'd probably all wonder a bit. So again, for the other ones of you that have come in, you guys all know that we support Food for Farmers, the charity that helps the hardworking coffee farmer families with a little bit of a hand up, because they're already hardworking. So I don't mind supporting that. Me and Ashley do a monthly donation. You guys could if you want, or they have new. I just noticed that they had like merchandise that you can get if you're in a shopping mood.
And their cups are actually really nice.
Yeah, their coffee cups are pretty phenomenal. So check that out if you want. I have that in the chat. I can put it again, but give them a little bit of a check there and see if it interests you. So I'll throw that back in. So, but paint-wise, Ashley's got that done. We've got 3 sections to the game that they did yesterday, so it's not drag it out too long for you guys. So part 1's up today. The other 2 parts I'll put out. I think 1's coming out.
I think you have 1 and 2 out.
Yeah, no, well, I might have. I think I made a mistake on 1 and put both of them out the same day. But on TikTok,
I'd say it's on TikTok.
I spaced it out, and I spaced it out here too, so you guys have something to go through, and then just let us know if they can improve whatever it was they were doing.
That was our first time playing it. Please be gentle.
On the firefighting, we played the 1-page rules before, where you're playing the army. This was more of a skirmish, kind of like Kill Team would be. Well, you've lost 18 pounds. That's good, May Warmut. But I don't know how come you're not happy if you've lost 18 pounds of weight. Now, if you had a little dog that weighed 18 pounds, you left him at the park.
What game did he get rid of?
Yeah, that's a good question. How many games did you sell out of it? Are we talking about weight on the shelves that you have at your store, game room? Or are we talking about? Ooh. You don't recommend it. It's like poison. So I would read your ingredients, and when you don't know what they mean, look them up and then see what's best to kind of go with it food wise. This is just something I do, because a lot of that stuff is exactly what you said there without me saying it out loud, getting thrown off the air. Lots of side effects, so watch out. Well, that's good, Charles. The problem trying to keep it off. Yeah, I did really good, but now lately, the last couple of months, I think because of stress, like I don't smoke no more and all that stuff, and I can't afford drugs because of Mini Warmut. That's why, because I have to buy plastic and stuff. But I think just constantly snacking because of frustration at work, and just every time I turn around, it seems like something goes wrong. You know, you try to do something and it just is like a disaster. So our power went out last night too here, which was kind of funny because it just it just went out. Nobody knows why. Not just to our house, but the whole half the town and part of the other town. It pretty much just went off.
Where is that skin tone wash, babe? I'm gonna try that.
The one I use, or do you mean the speed
soft
paint?
Tone?
Huh?
Is that a brownish or is that more?
Well,
red?
that's a soft brown tone. Like you can try.
I kind of want a little bit of red.
That'll probably bring out a reddish hue on his tail, like in the grooves.
I know we have a red wash.
So here's mild brown.
I thought we had a red one.
Yeah, you have a red tone, but
I'm gonna mix it with the.
This would be brown. Like for bricks or something, Ashley.
I'm gonna mix it with the brown.
A drop of each or something. Don't. Okay. Well, we'll see how that works out. if she mixes it with the brown.
If not, I guess I'll be repainting brown.
Dude, that sucks being warm up. Well, congratulations, Walkabout. That's a lot of weight to lose, 68 pounds. If you overeat, that's what happens. That's like making your body allergic to food, kind of. Charles, yes. Minis are our life. It's in our DNA. That is correct. That's correct. So everybody has different hobbies, but all of us are into gaming with miniatures and whatnot. So it's there, man. It's something you want to do. I am going to, well, tonight we're going to get a round in or two of this, and I'm going to try to get my guys over here that I got done up so you can see them. There's quite a bit of just a lot going on with what I had to do. But that's good though, Walkabout. I mean, for every bit of weight you take off, because so here's the gamer's healthy, talk. It's for every little bit you lose, it's just easier on your heart, your joints, and everything else. Telemachus has got something there for you. Maybe warm up. Maybe it could be because it's trying to get you to not eat. So whatever you normally would eat, you might want to do like half the portion, I guess. I don't know. I never took anything that made me want to have those kind of reactions because I ate. That's kind of like what they give heroin addicts and stuff. Like if you go to use drugs, you get sick and vomit. But I don't know. You just have to watch it. Dude, making you feel sick all the time, that's not going to be.
Get rid of it.
That's not going to be fun. I don't know. I'd be honest with you. I probably couldn't do that. Charles, yeah, Charles says, don't tell Hexy, but he thinks he loves his minis more than cardboard.
Thank you, Charles.
That's okay, Charles. I think everybody here does. I do like the cardboard. I don't know all these manufacturers they talk about. So when I watch a show with them and they're throwing out abbreviations, about half of it I'm lost on. I am learning though, but some of them I'm lost on. Almonds and keto granola bars are your friends. See, the squirrels eat those too. You worry about them, but they eat almonds and keto stuff. What is moderation for you? That would be an individual thing. Who knows? So over the course of 2 years, Walkabout, I lost a little bit more than I beat you by 2 whole pounds, but I didn't lose it in 1 year. And I started just doing a lot of research. Now I won't go too deep into it, but you're better off if you eat between noon and roughly 7, approximately, because anything later than that works against you, and anything earlier works against you. That's why breakfast is spelled break fast. You're breaking a fast. So when you eat breakfast, you have broken your fast throughout the night, and your body at some point when it fasts gets into keto. So breakfast kind of ruins that. It kind of ruins it. So that's what I did on purpose. Is I altered the amount I ate, and then I condensed it into tried to do it between noon and 7, because otherwise, like, you guys know how it goes. Your day goes so fast. Boom, it's 9 o'clock. You're like, oh man, I gotta get dinner, and you're sitting there eating at 8:30 or 9. That's not good. But yeah. It's okay, man. You got to talk about gamer health. I mean, if we're not healthy, we ain't going to be able to enjoy our miniatures or do anything, right? So that's okay. We can talk about that. But just mess around. It's kind of like paint. Like what Ashley doing an experiment with paint. Just kind of mess around. I'll give you a hint when you warm up. They call it doctors business a practice because they practice. They don't know, they practice on a lot of it. It's a guessing game. So you're just going to have to guess at what works best for you. One taco, not four. Good point, Charles. Because it's really easy for us in our country to overeat. Everybody's always gives you a plate of food, and you're always told to expected to eat everything. But you know what? You only need to eat to live, right? You don't live to eat. That was a pretty good quote in a movie. I can't remember the name of the damn movie, but I thought that is ingenious because that's the way it is. Now, it doesn't apply to the miniature hobby or the gaming industry because we can't just get by with one game. We're constantly, like Charles says, he's trying to rearrange stuff. You got to try to rearrange what you're doing to fit stuff in. In my case, just to switch the thing back to gaming in case other people are swinging by, then I have more added to what I've done. I don't know if the camera will show this on Ashley's. It's a cheapy new little camera, but let's try. So on the robots, here, Ash, pull that up under there. I don't know if you can see it, but for one-page rules, they kind of got like a Spartan helmet. So I put like a glaze on their helmet, a little bit of a, where'd it go? Oh, wow, I had it right directly in front of me. That's interesting. So I did use the Vallejo Luftwaffe uniform from World War II. So it's a German uniform paint, but the gray looks like glass. And then if you put a gloss on it, it'll look like helicopter windshield glass. So that's what I did to the robots with from the one-page rules that I print out. And so the one-page rules, here's what I got so far, so I can show you, but pardon my desk. But here, we'll come over here, walk about. You're curious. I'm going to do a video, so don't say you've seen them all. Wait till I put them on a video if you want. But these are the ones that are done so far. And I just got this dog done. You can't really see on this guy, but he carries ammo. He's gray like a wolf. For these Grenadier guys, they call them sappers. So, yep, they went from being gray to, on this one, there's face paint, skin tone, skin wash. I use Death Guard green on like the bedrolls, gloves. I got leather on the straps and the pouches, iron breaker on the knee pads, leather on the boots, a different silver on the gun, or gunmetal on the gun. So it took a couple of coats on each one. The dog, he was gray, and then I backwashed over it a little bit there. But his pouches is Russian green, and then he's got brass cartridges on his back with his leather, like little tool bag saddle. So did a lot of work. This dog here, you can't really see him on this camera, but he's got an eye patch. It's green. This camera doesn't focus in on nothing. Oops, I gotta put it back up here. But yeah, so there's the cluster. That's my desk walkabout. Yeah. So there's a lot there. I got quite a few of those done. So see Mini Wormut, thank you for being proud of us. We're trying to get the one-page rule stuff down. It's a little bit different, but it's easier. I realize that even though I've got 24 printed miniatures, it's basically a unit with a leader and then a unit well, there's a separate sniper unit and a sapper unit. So I don't have much. In other words, I need more to do. But that's okay. I got enough, I think, to throw down a skirmish and do that. I just wanted to get them painted on bases. Oh, did you walk about 2 days ago? That's cool. It's interesting for us. We don't use any of the spells or any of that stuff because we just want to keep it at a firefight kind of level, because it's supposed to be more modern. So, and I even avoided that in Warhammer only because I'd rather just get out there and fight. The rest
He just wants to keep losing.
Well, no, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't jive with the warfare aspect. Like if it's medieval stuff, or D&D stuff, I get that. But this is not. So when we play, we choose to not use the whatever things that are like that. You're gonna do more with Jeff and Todd and McMurray, and make it a series and add friends or subscribers. That's cool. Yeah, narrative gaming is fun. It's fun to do the narrative stuff. And so hopefully we can accomplish the Twilight 2000 and keep that going. But if you do have a little bit of narrative in the gaming, it does seem to carry it around a bit. So that's cool. If they're wanting to do that, then that's awesome. So make it a series. That'll be interesting. Let me know when you go to do that. So good week overall. Good progress overall. Really can't complain. It's just every week I say the same thing. It's like every week it's crazy busy. But I know that's that way for everybody because I talked to quite a few people. So I'm not the only one that's like, my gosh, this week is flying by, or you get off of work and it's one thing after another till you go to bed. And yep. Like the weekend being over, I'm like, man, this sucks already. It's over. And I got to go to work tomorrow, which I just as soon sleep in because I know tomorrow is going to be, for me over here, a very crazy, hectic day. It's just that we're getting too many of those days. But I am proud of
I'm just proud that I actually got them done.
That what?
That you got them done.
Oh, now you're smack talking me. Yeah.
No, we've actually had a little bit of time. You got them done.
Yeah, it's been hard to get them done. And I can't get this stupid sinus stuff to go away, man. Use solo game, Age of Fantasy. That's the names of the miniatures I use. Oh! But I thought I must be confused now because you gamed with them too, so. That's cool then, Mini Worm. But if you're going to do a little series on it, then do that. Throw it out there and see how it goes. All you got to do is try. See what happens.
Oh, no, it's a solo game, and he's found miniatures and named them after friends and subscribers. Wait, he has friends?
Yeah, I think so. Got my friends. This your water?
Yeah.
There's no room.
Do I need more?
It's empty.
Okay. One sec.
Oh, it's just a little bit of a drink. It's all good.
Oh, the big book. I gotta let that dry anyway.
Oh yeah, you're a squirrel. So I think our squirrel's coming out pretty good. You're gonna find an evil witch and name her Ashley. She just walked out and didn't see that. Wait till she comes back in with some water and finds that out. That is shots fired. The problem is Walkabout, and Brian knows it. He knows if he sticks his head up out of the trench and pew fires a round off, that Ashley on the other side is gonna go, Minnie Wormuth just fired at me, and she'll start throwing mortars back, so it can escalate. Yeah, that or he won't get nothing, and then 30 minutes later you'll be hearing that. What's that noise? As this bomber flies over. So Minnie Wormuth, if you're gonna name her Ashley, then does she get a sniper rifle and she just goes out and causes havoc? Is that what you're gonna do? That's hysterical. Just wait a minute till she comes back in. So we'll do more of the one-page rules too. I guess I've got to figure out. I have Necromunda, but there's just no one to play it with. I don't have a secondary army. I just have the enforcers and stuff. So I gotta consider what I'm gonna do with that, because do I keep it and it just all sets in a box? I mean, I painted the guys and all that, but I wouldn't mind playing again. But you gotta have at least 2 players, and that's more of an encompassing game. Every good guy needs a villain. That's true. That's true. So now I'm kind of picturing things in my head that I'm not going to say, I guess, but it's kind of funny. Here she comes.
I heard, wait until she gets back. What the hell did he do?
Brian. Oh, so Brian said that he finds the miniatures and names them after friends and subscribers.
Uh-huh.
He goes, I'm going to find an evil witch and name her Ashley. Walkabout, so shots fired. I'm like, no, Ashley will just start dropping mortars back or send in a bomber.
Needs a villain? Wow. Okay. I'll remember that.
Uh-oh. She's not going to respond right away, Walkabout or Telemachus. She's going to wait. Telemachus has been around for a while. He knows what happens when you wait. But yeah. You could name a troll after her. That's true. It'd have to be like morning Ashley, like when she first stumbles out of bed, or something like that.
And who got up to make you breakfast?
You did, my lovely wife.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Are you eating ice cream?
Yeah.
So you brought ice cream in, and you weren't going to share, were you?
No.
Okie dokie.
Want to buy it?
No, that's okay. I don't dare want to touch your food. Something called painting requires I keep my fingers intact.
I don't know if that's what you want to call what you do.
Smackdown to me? Jeez.
Love
yeah. I don't really paint. I just throw multiple shades of stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good, though, Minnie Wormuth. You should just throw it in as a surprise in the game. And that's how you'll know if she watches your videos or not.
An ox, really?
Ashley the Ox. At least it's not a donkey, because everyone knows what their nicknames are. Not what you're looking at.
Is that pooling? I don't want it to pool. That is pooling. Damn it.
You named your niece's Muppet McMurray. Is it coming out the way you want, or is it pulling up?
It's pulling down at the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, because it's going to run that way.
But yeah.
That's what you named your nieces? That's funny.
That's exactly.
Everybody has nicknames. So now Ashley's got a giant squirrel that we can't really use, but it looks nice.
I'll use it.
Once you get the rider on there, then I would do a little bit of video of your paints and stuff that you use for it. Oh boy, Mini Wormwood, I wasn't trying to help you. Don't take that out on me, babe. I wasn't trying to help him. See that? What'd you just do?
Hit you with the spoon. What are you gonna tell everyone? That you got spooned?
Ugh. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Ashley, for making it slightly uncomfortable now. I don't know why you're taking it out on me. It's me warm up firing the rounds with like ricocheting over here and hit me or what?
You're the one that gave him the idea.
No. I said the response is going to be bigger. Oh, good grief. I don't know. It'll work out though in the end. And I mean, as long as Ashley has her ice cream, it should be okay. So how many's in? Well, we'll have to check it out. You get those videos going anymore, and then we'll check them out. Yeah, if any more, it's all wow. See, at least they didn't censor you typing the word wow this time. Poor Brian, he tries, and half the time he'll be like, it won't let him through. YouTube won't allow it.
What's TC?
Walkabout. Ashley wants to know what TC is. I thought it was Total Combat or something.
Something is too dark for Brian.
Oop, there's a little bit of a back down. Too dark for Brian. Trench Crusade. Oh,
never even heard of that one. Is it miniatures or is it hex encounters?
It's a skirmish tabletop miniatures game that plunges people into a terrifying alternate timeline. Wow, that sounds cool, Trench Crusade. I just kind of looked at it. So is it I only looked at the description. What?
So I can move it.
Wait a second. There you go. So you got miniatures there, Ash?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a Kickstarter? Because it says pledges. The dark is the best part. All the 40Kers are flocking to that game. You just turned us on to one-page rules, so we haven't really looked at anything else. So now Ashley's reading the intro, so. But that should be, how does it play out then, you guys? It was over 4.5 million. Cool. Hey, that's good. That's good. Wow. Those are some cool figures, it looks like.
This one is the more you have, the more the train, the better.
Yeah. That's a pretty good amount for it to get to, though.
Cover.
She's reading the description to herself of what it is. So then, Walkabout, since you just played it, how would you rate it compared to one-page rules? Hello, Mr. Mulligan. It is cool that you can get the STLs and print them. So the one-page rules has the Patreon. So we decided we'd try that because you get the STL files at much lower cost, 50 to 70% off. So it's cheaper to buy the Patreon for a month or two, and then when you're done getting all your files.
Yeah, that's how we got yours.
Yeah. Whoa, Frank, how are you? You're late to the party. It's okay. We're glad you're here. It's been a while.
Huh. This is gonna be basically me lead. That's all it is. Huh, bloodbath.
It's the guy who wrote Mordium and the artist who did things in Diablo. So it's gonna be dark.
Yeah. It gonna be a bloody game. That's
hey,
for
Jeff,
sure.
how are you?
Jeffy!
So Walkabout says it's deep but easy rules for the
Honestly,
skirmish.
it looks like it's pretty easy to follow.
So is this? Do they? I don't know anything about it. So does it come with the miniatures, then, Ash, or is it
I
just
didn't see
like?
the game. I'm just looking at the rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's
a lot of pages, but it gives you more detail on how to do it. So that's why I think there's many rules on each one. So each, like if you want to jump, there's a couple paragraphs on what you do with it instead of, oh, you just do this and you hope to God you do the right thing.
Okay.
Something we can look into. We gotta get the games that we have right now kind of done.
Yeah, we did. You like I said, you can see we're setting up BattleTech back there. The miniatures are priced outrageous. So that was my question.
They kind of
were they? So they're
weird.
pre-printed miniatures, or can you do it with your own? Yeah, that's some weird looking. What is that?
So what it looks like to me is like medieval versus the devil, satanic stuff.
So Alpha Strike, Mr. Mulligan, is a version of BattleTech. So you're fighting mechs on a hex map, and then you're just duking it out. It's just that it's very much faster paced, easier to eliminate the enemy part of BattleTech. BattleTech's been out for a long time, and everybody here knows kind of my feelings are. The concept of the game was good, but it just takes way too long to damage, a limb on these mechs, and it just drags things out. Alpha Strike's more like
hit or miss.
Kill Team is the Warhammer, you're gonna get in there and you're gonna fight, you're gonna get it done. Oh yeah, if you play it, then yeah, that's just it. The table's behind us too. Here, you can pull it forward, Ash. Yes, and then it's got the slider still on it. Oh, you got the Kickstarter? Yeah. That's what we did too.
Well, this is the actual BattleTech box. It's not.
This is the Alpha Strike.
Or
box.
Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
There, I'll pull that other one. Oh, let me bring my chat back.
So I'm just now getting it basically going. This would be the scenario 2 in the box.
Oh yeah, you just got the terrain.
I got the train out right now.
Oh yeah, the train's pretty cool. Even though it's paper that comes with it, it gives you something sturdy to play around. The new trees, though, well, I really want to get those.
Yeah, the ones Clint has, yeah.
Walkabout says just use the minis you have already.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we don't really kit bash anything there or Walkabout. I've kit bashed one thing in my life. And I've found that there's two trains of thought because I run across both of them. And one is, oh, if you kit bash, it's not legal to use in the game. And the other is,
that's a good thing.
hey, that's cool. I like that idea, so.
We don't play tournaments.
Yeah. So what two factions were we playing there, Ash? You drag out the Highlanders?
The Northwind Highlanders and the Jade Falcon Battlestars.
So the Highlanders against Jade Falcon. We're gonna do what scenario is that? 2?
It's scenario 2.
It's 2.
8 mechs versus 5 mechs.
So it's an 8-on-5 kind of game. And we did one there. Well, again, we just did it so that, like, if people didn't know, and we try to do that because we don't know every single nuance of the game, and you're going to run across people that will tear it apart if they perceive you make a mistake. So our disclaimer is we're not perfect in these games.
Nope.
And probably a downfall for us is we're not in one genre or one type of game. We're in a multitude of games, so it is always.
That's another story.
Sometimes you can get things, confused when you're playing all these different games, all these different rule sets. But Alpha Strike is fun. I enjoy playing that, and all the mechs are painted that we got out of our Kickstarter. Yeah, it's fun to roll the dice. I think in the back there you got. Oh, did Keegan take it with him?
What?
Where'd the cup holder go?
Yeah, he took that with him.
Keegan printed out. It's like a dice tower.
He's gonna be making you a blue one and me whatever color he has extra.
So it's a dice tower, and then a cup holder right next to it, and a dice tray to hold your dice, and the whole thing clamps to your table, and you adjust the clamp underneath. And so off to the side of the table holds you a drink and a dice tower with your dice. It's pretty fun. Walked about, that might be if they dropped it. I don't know anything about that. Yes, on the 1-page rules. And see, when people want to let you know politely that you're making a mistake, especially when in the beginning of the video you're stating, hey, we're new on this one, or, like I said, we might play a couple games of this, a couple games of Warhammer, so we're not going to be experts. We're not going to know word for word the lore. And the people that are able to do that, I think that's fantastic if that's what they want to do, because they have all this information. But when you don't, and you get this long critical thing, and it's like, no, you know what I mean? Send me an email or something, or just let me know. But I don't think being critical on someone's YouTube channel is the way to do it. I think it's better just to message that person or email them and say, hey, I was watching your video and I noticed da-da-da-da-da, which is fine because you know what? You're going to make mistakes, right? And nobody cares that they make mistakes. But every once in a while, you're going to find someone that's going to whip out
that or criticize you on how your paints are. Oh, that's not the proper painting.
Yeah, poor Ashley. And even with Warhammer, it says make it your own in the core rules. There's a little sentence that these rules are basically just
a guideline.
And then you'll have people go, you didn't use the right shade or the right tone, but
that's not the right color.
It looks badass, but it's not correct.
Blue or my Golden Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I got hell for that.
Yeah, Ashley got a little bit of a backlash on because they were 40K and she added glitter to it. But I see people paint their 40K stuff in pink and all sorts of different colors, and they don't get any backlash on it. So Frank wants to know what minis are you painting, or what are you painting? Or you can show Frank. He hasn't seen your squirrel, but Jeff hasn't either, I don't think. So Jeff Lee, it's a combat squirrel. He's a good boy though, because he's bringing barrels of wine. Look at that. It looks like he's crushing the one there with his little paw. And it's one she's printed, so you can show them the before. That's what it looks like, before you paint it. Because that one's going to go to the granddaughter so she can paint it.
The granddaughter wanted mine, so I ended up printing her one.
Yeah, she's seen Ashley's and was like, "Woo!" And we're like, well, "Okay, we'll make you one." That way she can paint it however she wants. That's from the one-page rule stuff.
I guarantee this one pink and purple.
It is a well-armored pet, Jeff says. Absolutely, yeah. Probably if you were in one of those homeowners association groups, you'd have to ask permission. Thankfully, we don't.
Adding that tough actually helped.
You tuned in, Mr. Mulligan says, because he saw a painting on the thumbnail. And you're painting a Kroot. Carnivore Squad, huh?
Adding those.
Yeah, it looks good. Well, you'll have to show us that, Mr. Mulligan. I mean, you're more than welcome to post pictures in the Facebook group. It's Gamers with Coffee on Facebook. And then these other people in the chat have groups too.
Where's that brown?
That you could post to
the leather brown.
Join theirs and post what?
Leather brown.
It's hardened leather. It's nice. I like that speed paint. You doing Blood and Plunder minis? Those are nice too, Frank. You have to put some pictures up or a video up when you're done with those. So these one-page rule STL files are pretty clean. They're very nice. They're very detailed.
Oh yeah.
Whereas you can't really see. I mean, you're not gonna be able to see it.
I have quite a bit.
So on this soldier, he's got packs that are detailed, shoulder armor, a visor that I made look like glass. Pouches, grenades.
Already done.
What? Yeah, you already have those done. Slow up, Ash.
Well, I'm trying to.
So they're very detailed, is what I'm getting at. There's a lot to it. I just want to do something more of military. Like we're used to colors, so I did use the Vallejo Russian green. It's a more darker green than the native. And then their pouches, I did leather. Their boots, I did leather. The firearm, I did with gunmetal. And their visors, I did with Luftwaffe uniform from Vallejo there. That's World War II Luftwaffe uniform color. But if you add that to like planes, the glass or helicopters, you let it dry and you add gloss to it, it'll look like a cockpit. So that's kind of what I do with these guys, so that their visors are glossed up. And there's a ton of detail. I mean, if I had a camera that could zoom in, you'd see it. It's insane, the detail. So I'm really happy with those. And it works out very good. Well, I'm glad you tuned in. You're more than welcome to swing on by. We do a lot of we'll do off the wall talk. Whatever gamers talk about, we kind of go. Zombicide game next Saturday evening. That sounds good, Mini Warm-Up.
We actually gonna play?
If you're free. Oh, here comes a smackdown from Ashley.
No, I'm just saying, are we actually gonna play?
Yeah. So there you go, Mr. Morgan.
Or am I going to get criticized for how I play?
And you also have to watch out. These two banter back and forth. But once you get those done, you're welcome to share them if you'd like, Mulligan, or come back every Sunday. We're here, unless it's like the holidays come up or certain things like that. But generally, we try to be here for the most part every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. It's going to be a Christmas thing, Mini Warm-Up? Oh, no. You mean like exploding presents and angry things? I've seen some of your holiday decorations that are terrifying. a custom mission. Santa comes to town, and then what? He gets attacked by zombies, or is Santa the abomination?
It's Santa's gonna be the abomination, and we're gonna have evil freaking reindeer on us instead of dogs. Knowing Brian,
that would be interesting.
Terrifying.
What's wrong with you, Greg? Don't you like going deer hunting? I can't. I seen zombie reindeer. You worried about your connection there, Mini Worm? Is it acting up on you out there?
I mean, if you didn't live in, I'm gonna shut up.
Charles says, Mini Worm, if you got a bad Santa figure, you can always name it after him. Well, hopefully your internet works good. Our issue, Restream got back and said they knew they were having that issue. They were working on it. They just, they can only fix it so fast. Many more about Santa. That's good. Oh, are you doing underneath him?
I'm just touching up some of the spots where I got that brown hit.
You'd think with them going to fiber optics that it would be much more clear, faster transmission too, going through those glass cables than regular coax cable. Yeah, it's a little weird, but you got to remember where you're. You got to remember, from me to you, or you to Jeff, or you to McMurray, or whatever. There's all this distance in between. You also have had, since at least the beginning of this year, a lot of major storms, a lot of damage in areas. So too, it depends who you're trying to connect with and where they're at as to how everything's gonna, if it's gonna work seamlessly or not. If there's not any interference or something to that degree. They're supposed to at some point do that with this community, out on the end of the community by the major intersection on the obviously off the street and stuff. All the box there, so they're getting ready. They've dug all the stuff in to tie into this place. When they do and they start running it, then I guess we'd have an option of the provider we have now, and then the new digital or the new fiber optic, unless it's the same company. But to me, I think it's not. So hopefully you won't have an issue at all. But so far, we could try to do that, sir, and see how it goes.
What does he need us to host?
Pardon me, guys. I'm sorry. I was up late last night. Just checking the other channels. There we go. So far, so good. Everybody sounds like they're doing good. Charles got a bunch of stuff in the mail. Everybody seems to be heading in the right direction there. So poor Ashley found out, though, because pardon me, the Ratman that she got was mostly like Age of Sigmar type of stuff. She didn't get anything that was current, so she got some cool models, but they won't compete.
No, I used to say models. It's just mine will be like this, and when they finally come out with the one-page rule ones, then I will go and switch over. But I have snipers. I just don't have that file. I have Gatling guns. I have flamethrowers. I just have to print those models out.
All right, he says, let him know soon he wants to get it set up the midweek. It's happening. Okay. We will figure out, try to just figure it out tonight and message you. Because once I start working tomorrow, I'm training a manager to try to help alleviate the workload, but it's a lot on top of my regular things I got to do. What'd you say, Ash?
So now it's time to glue him down.
But what are you going to glue it to?
The squirrel onto that one base.
What base do you have for that?
It's not the base. I meant the wall.
No, I don't know. It looks good though.
To glue him to that. I still gotta do the eyes though. I just don't know how to do the eyes. I mean, I could put just a dot in it, but I think that will look kind of weird.
Oh, cool. Frank said he posted some of the pictures of what he's working on in the group. So we will definitely have to check that out. Very nice, sir. Very nice. So I know you guys are all busy too. This time of year it gets busy between work and people and all the stuff that goes on and whatnot.
Parachutes.
All right, there, Minnie Warmup. Go ahead and go. If your wife's got the groceries, go eat and have a good evening, sir.
Very nice, Frank.
Ashley's looking at the pictures now, Frank, so she says they look really good. Well, let me see. Oh, yeah. They're looking pretty good there, sir.
It's a piratey kind of pirate. Oh.
That's because it is. Yeah, leave that in there. But anywho, you guys, yep. It's always nice to have you guys here to end up the week and start the new week. I like Jeff. Jeff says, whip cracking sound at Minnie Warmup. Yep. Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. There's nothing wrong with that. So thank you for posting those pictures there, Frank. They are pretty nice pictures. Well, yeah. Just reading that.
Jitter juice. That's what I'm gonna call coffee now.
Jitter juice.
Jitter juice.
All righty. Jitter juice for calling it coffee. All right, Ash, I'm going to let you take over for a minute. I'm going to let Ash take over for a minute because I am going to go use the restroom.
But I don't wanna.
Sure you do. There you go. You talk.
Yeah, I gotta let him glue down. But here's the rider. And it'll go on just like that. That's what it'll basically look like once it's done. I keep snapping the little like axe thing they have on it, so I will end up having to reprint a third one. But yeah. Well, Frank, it looks good, so you did an excellent job on them. But yeah, I'd say I did a video of basically this little guy of kind of like a before, and I was going to wait until I got him completely done. I don't even know if I might just take him off and print one of these armor packs that basically is the same concept as this, and I'll slide right in and just paint that. I might, yeah. I'll probably print one of these and then print the arm. If the arm doesn't come out or snap again, I'll just go and put this in and kind of say screw it. But yeah. I mean, there's those. I went and darkened. No. Okay, maybe I can't do that. That glue's not dried yet. Yep. Damn. Wait. Get off. Just see if I can actually slide that back on and glue it back down without messing with it. But that is that. But like I said, I can... Come on. Do I need to add more glue to you? No. Okay. I'll just leave it be. I have, the org. I'm bringing you guys back over here. So this is the org captain. So I gotta still clean it up a little bit more, but yeah. Because there's all these extra little pieces. I need to take my X-Acto blade to it. This one has a giant rat with the rider rat on the back of it with a rat on him. So there's just a lot of rats. So that's the org captain. Not to get in there with this X-Acto blade. These guys are Gatlings. So I can print Gatling guns, flamethrowers. So this is the Gatling gun group. I don't remember what other ones they have. Let's see. Come on. Nope, I don't want two of you open. This. That's our captain. And then there's also melee ones that have spiked, just regular calls. What else? A mace. Basically a whip. Okay, so I can get drillers, flamers, Gatling guns, which are what these are, mortars, I don't know what a roller is, and a scout. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones that will look similar to these. Just different setups. So that's going to be interesting. Yes. Did you hear me?
Huh?
6 different ones. So I can get a driller, flamer, Gatling gun, mortars, a roller, I don't know exactly what that looks like, or a stock. Shock, not stock. Wow.
Frank says he still needs to do the sails.
Yeah.
Didn't you painted those Blackbeard ships?
Yeah.
Oh.
I painted all those ships.
For Oak and Iron, because we got the pirate expansion on that a long time ago. So if you paint the sails, it looks better when your sails are painted.
All right, you can close this one off because I can't do nothing else with that right this minute.
There you go. Take that off.
Close that up.
Oh, Mulligan said, "Have a good night, a great night."
Oh, you too.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry, you too, sir. Yeah, she's got some cool minis. We just can't really use them with what we were going to, so. What are you doing now, Ash? Oh, all your files.
Yep, I'm gonna go and dark. See what this roller is for a backpack for this guy. Because I know with the space rats, basically, I need a flamethrower. I have the Gatling guns. That's my alien stuff.
So for those, Frank, it's the one-page rules. This is the first time I've been printed off a mini army for myself, and I just got started. So it's one-page rules. If you look up Grim Dark Future, they got basically it mimics a lot of the 40k clans, just easier rules, and you can do them.
The drills, and flamer. What is this one? Oh, this is for the firefight. So that's all I can have on.
So when you go to one-page rules, they have Grimdark Future, the bigger game, and then they have Firefight. There is a
so the Grimdark is minimum. They recommend a 2,000 point battle, but you can keep going as big as you want. And the Firefight's maximum of 300 points. So it's not very many.
How long did it take you guys to do your game?
An hour, but that's back and forth chit-chatting.
Back and forth chit-chatting. So a 300-point game is going to run about an hour is all. So, and you've got different factions, multiple different factions. Of course, part of what's cool is just like 10 of the guys over here is that unit. But inside it, you can make one guy a medic, one guy and with a MG. You know, there's just... Well, you can proxy in your 40k guys. Like you guys know, I like the Ultramarines or the Smurfs, that Ashley calls them. But
it's like a mechanic.
When you are used to playing 40k, at least for me, as I'm speaking solely for me, I'm used to playing it. My guys have different attributes of what they could do with their tools or firearms or whatever. And one-page rules, it negates all that. You're doing it a slightly different way. So you just have to... I tried it the one time. I was like, nope, I can't proxy my 40k guys in. It's not in my head. It doesn't set right. So that was also a good excuse to print out the human defense force. Is that what it is?
Yes.
So they are more... look like more of a modern army. So I like them, and I'm going to start using them. They have all the factions that literally mirror 40k, but your rules are very condensed and easy. 40k is complicated compared to other game systems, other game rules, right? And they're constantly changing it. So, I mean, when it first came out, 35 years or whatever ago, I just thought, okay, that sounds cool, but that's too bad. I had more work to do, a lot of stuff to do. So I kind of got in on around 7th. I played a little bit with Clint, and then boom, 8th came out. I was like, okay. So the little taste I had to unlearn, started to learn 8th, and then 9th came out like a year and a half later. And we didn't have a lot of games to play, a lot of time to play games. So boom, there's 10th edition. So we stopped at 10th edition. That's where me and Ashley are going to stop with Warhammer. We're not going to continue to chase editions because it's not feasible. They bring them out too fast. You just barely get this down. And if people, I don't know, people will complain about things being unfair. So your stats and stuff constantly change, and really, to me, that's annoying. So one-page rules takes the same type of fun that you want to have, the same style of fighting somewhat, and just simplifies it, I think. You got the Salamander and the Wolves. Oh, nice. Orcs and old school Imperial Guard. Nice. So if you're gonna do it, Frank, and we still will, we're not done with Warhammer. I'd bypass 9th. Don't try to learn it. Just get 10th. 10th is pretty good. It works out a lot of the things in the past there, and a lot of people were happy with it. So I'd just go straight over to 10th. So anything that has to do with 10th, I'll upgrade my guys for. But see those big old boxes up above the flag, the big white clear totes, those are a lot bigger than they look. Those are 40K armies and stuff. So I don't want to give it up, but I don't want to use them with one-page rules. One-page rules is really good. So that's why I showed you the little force. Finally using our printer back there to get a little force done. So I can do skirmish stuff or eventually bigger battles if I want to do that. But um, it works better. So that's all I can say, Frank. And it's kind of just a matter of opinion and choice. Like right now, I mean, Ashley just did get for me that uh, Invictor war suit. This guy. I've been wanting one. These are not cheap. So she got it for me for my birthday or the month before. So I'm working on him. He's almost done. And I got to put decals, but I kind of postponed him for a little bit so I could get this army over here done. And that's where that works out. So it's all good. I think I enjoy Warhammer. Um, this is just a more simpler, easier way. And if I was going to get people into tabletop gaming, then I would do it the simplest way I could. I wouldn't throw them into a Warhammer game. They're going to be inundated and overrun. So I would try something a little bit differently. Well, 40K is cool in a lot of ways, Charles. It has a lot of cool lore to it. It's a fractured universe, which I think was a smart business move, because if you fracture something and you have this warp thing going on, well, at any time you can introduce a new set of whatever, because they just found them. So 40K, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I just personally going to stay with 10th and not going past that.
No, there's just so many different rules.
And skirmish is the way to go for new players. So see the 2 orange box up there, Kill Team. A lot of training we got from it. So Kill Team, Warhammer, Kill Team is really fun. It's usually 4 turns. Is you got an objective, and you're going to get out there and you're going to go for it, because it doesn't give you time to hang around and hide or whatnot. You're just going to go. You're going to go fight over these objectives, and it's a much more cleaner version of it. So, hence, like Alpha Strike, BattleTech's a good game. Alpha Strike to me is way better version of the game.
It's just a cut down of it.
So it is all up to what you want to play. But for new players, it's always, I would bring them to the simplest game possible, not to the most complicated. Wings of Glory, I like to introduce. I've introduced people into miniatures with that, because they're pre-painted airplanes. There's no dice. There's cards. You can play on a blank table like that. Don't have to have no terrain, nothing. And I was just impressed with that game, the way it was made, because you can advance them. You can make the game very hard, too, if you want to bring it up. But new players are key to keep it going. So you live in a world where people will tell you, I don't got 2 hours for a game. But they do have 6 hours to spend on TikTok. Or they will binge watch Netflix and Disney and all this other stuff. But they will tell you, even though they got...
Or 6 hours on a video game.
Yeah, 20 hours or 30 hours a week to do that. They don't have 2 hours for a tabletop game. Well, they do. They just don't allocate the time. So I try to get them something that's fast and say, no, we'll get this done in about 40 minutes and do it something like that. Like today, they were done in under an hour, roughly. An hour to just sit down and fight it out. And I personally, that's kind of how I try to spread it out. And then when you want to play bigger battles, which I'm for, I don't mind sitting down and having a 2 or 3 hour fight. I just need to schedule it, because my life was crazy. When a couple of years ago, I could have got off work and done. Now it's like the whole world has got some sort of crazy something going on at one point or another. But Charles, you would like the 1-page rules, I believe, because you would also like these kind of figures they got. I think you'd like those too. All right. So Frank says he's been concentrating on Marvel Crisis Protocol. We don't have that or Blood and Plunder. I was gonna get Blood and Plunder, like I told you guys before, but at the time there was nobody for me to play. I should have got the Kickstarter and bought as much as I could on that because to buy it after that it got expensive. The new edition of Bolt Action. Now we've done no Bolt Action. I think it's a nice game though. From the videos that I've watched, and you are got Russians and British. Well, just because they're not painted, you can still play. I would never not play a game just because something wasn't painted. It's just like all of us, we all prefer to have them painted, but if you don't, you can still put them out there and play. It's a game. So yeah, 10th edition there would be good for Charles too. It's more understandable. Um, but with your mismatch of what you like to do there, Charles, I mean, I would check out the one-page rules if you got a printer. If not, I'll print you off. Just let me know. I'll print you some of the stuff off and just mail it to you. You can physically read it. So when you get the Blood and Plunder, as you do that, update us on that too. Especially your Bolt Action, you could throw that in a group too. I mean, Bolt Action's a pretty popular game. It's it's not like it's not known. We just never did it because, as you guys all know, we have Team Yankee and we have Clash of Steel, which is Armor 2. I have some Flames of War, especially late war German units, and Keegan has Flames of War. He has a complete like box set for the Americans. He hasn't finished yet. So we got a lot of tanks and a lot of armor we can battle out. That's the only reason we haven't really got into bolt actions. We already have a lot of stuff similar to that. And I honestly don't know where I'd put it because I don't know where I'm going to put these miniatures. We printed. Although I'm getting value out of my printer, so because the printer can continue being used, so be it. It works real good. But you can have a lot of fun, man, with a little bit of imagination. Oops, am I hitting a cord? I am. Can you grab that cord? Oh.
I'm trying to clean these guys up a little bit.
Well, we'll go ahead and you got Clash of Steel starter. Yeah, you need. It's more fun when you got people to play. Some games are designed to play alone. Like you might like this one, Frank. You might like this trench knife.
I thought it was a pretty interesting game.
Really you'd like it. If you go watch our video and you get a chance on trench knife, it's a little pocket game. Everything is inside of it, but it's a lot more than what you think. I mean, it's a lot more. You said you're out in the sticks. So this is a solo game. It's designed to be that way. And it's always going to be the Allies trying to get to the other end against Germans that are entrenched. And I would just set it up the way the directions show. But then you can shuffle the cards around so you can change the terrain and change where trenches and barbed wire and all that stuff is. So you can replay this multiple times.
And have different outcomes.
And I want to do it again, yeah. That's a good question, Frank. Who does make Silver Bayonet?
What's Silver Bayonet?
I don't know. That's what they're doing. So I would for sure do that. Try different solo games that are just with you there. got to go over here and all right. So if you're on Facebook, I'm just talking to Facebook only. I'm going to go ahead and end that live video. So thank you guys for coming by, and it'll be saved at Facebook so you can watch it. Same thing with Instagram. Osprey makes it. There you go, Frank. Thank you, Charles, for letting him know that. And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But stay in touch, Frank. We really like talking to you, too. You're part of the group. And I know we get to kind of see you sporadically. But, man, feel free. Just like Charles here, we drug him on one day. You can get on here and live chit-chat and show your stuff off, too, whenever you want.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is ask, and we'll just send you a link in Messenger or something. But then that goes for, that goes for everybody. I hit the mouse. But until next week, you guys, thank you for being here to make our end of our week good and the beginning of the week good. I would stay a little longer, but I am pretty damn tired, and we've got a lot of stuff we've got to do. So
and I gotta cook dinner.
Well, there's just a lot to do. So try that trench knife, Frank. Go watch that first one. See if it's interesting. If it's interesting to you, you'll watch the rest. But it's a solo game, man. I would take it with me now to know how to play it. That's kind of fun. It'll occupy your time, too. You can do it all on your own. It takes up about this much space on a table. So you're not going to lose anything. All right? But until next time, you guys, take care. We will see you guys later. Thank you for coming by.
Bye.